Hey everybody, it's me, Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie. On this episode of CD Junkie, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite modern singer-songwriters. I am talking about Lannie Flowers, all the way from Texas. Now, Lannie has been around since the 80s in a band called the Penguins, maybe even the late 70s. No, maybe it's the 80s. But he was in a band called the Penguins with Alan Pecci and Delbert Raines and Danny Wilkerson, who a lot of you know, who are big power pop fans. And, you know, they put out singles and they toured. They recorded at Abbey Road. And although they were just one of the great independent bands out there, they never really caught on. But eventually all the members of the band ventured out and did their solo things. And Lannie Flowers, his first album that came out was in 2008. And it is called Same Old Story. And what this is, it's almost not really an album. You know, he had a bunch of song ideas, and we're talking the songs range from 20 seconds to a minute and a half. And they threw like 20 or 30 songs on one disc and sort of made it like a long suite. I mean, you could tell when the songs end, and it was so fascinating because it was like he didn't realize that he had written some amazing songs, and he left them all partially finished. And this was sort of an experiment that he sort of made for his friends, and it just ended up that they decided to release it because it was so good. And it's an amazing collection, but like I said, the songs are 20, 30 seconds long, up to a minute and 11 seconds, a minute and a half. A lot of them aren't complete, and they just leave you wanting more. So it's a frustrating listen because he's a great songwriter, he's a great singer, and very inventive, and just great hooks and melodies, but none of the songs are really complete, but still a fantastic listen to just get a taster of what Lannie Flowers is all about. He didn't actually release a full-length album until the year 2010 when the album Circles came out, and this is a wonderful collection of songs. There's jangle, there's power pop, there's roots rock, there's everything all boiled together into an amazing stew that is new and exciting, but also comforting and familiar at the same time. Really a fantastic collection of songs. You know, this showed that Lannie still had it in him. He was still writing great songs, you know, all the way back from the Penguins days up until here. Just an incredibly gifted singer-songwriter. And it took another 2 years, and out came the album called New Songs, Old Stories. Now, what this is, now remember I told you about this, how it was just a bunch of song ideas. Well, a lot of people wanted to hear him expand on those songs. So he went through just a handful of the songs, the most popular ones, and he expanded on it. He recorded new versions of the songs, complete, you know, 3.5-minute versions, you know, typical pop song. And that's what this collection is here. And it's really a wonderful collection of songs by Lannie Flowers. Great pop hooks, just things that you instantly start singing along with. He's an amazing songwriter, amazing singer, but I think I already said that, but I just want to stress that fact. Now, in 2012, he released a live album. You know, I don't normally collect live albums. It's called Live in New York City or Live in NYC, and the cover is right there. And now, of course, I regret not owning it because I love the music of Lannie Flowers. But at least I was able to pick up a couple singles, such as this is a non-album single called Best I Can, and it's backed with Back of a Car, and it's double A-side. Incredible. It's wonderful. In 2017, he released a single called Kiss of Memory, backed with Everything a Man Could Want. And that is another great single by Lannie Flowers. Now, the significance of these singles, by the way, and the Live in New York album, was the fact that they were the first albums released by Lannie Flowers on Spyderpop Records. The other ones had been released on Aaron Avenue Records, which was run by the same people, but this was really the beginning of Spyderpop Records, and they've just become an iconic American pop label. So after that 2017 single, you know, we're waiting for a new Lannie Flowers album. By 2018, it had already been 6 years since he released a full-length studio album. So Spyderpop Records started this campaign called March to Home. And what it was is every month, or maybe every month and a half, 2 months, Lannie Flowers would release a new digital single leading up to his album. And so it was very, very exciting because we'd be getting these digital singles one after another. They were better than anything that he'd done before, and they just kept getting better. but they also kept getting more emotional. His music is based around emotion. He's a very honest singer-songwriter. But these singles, they're just glorious and just filled with hooks and melodies. Just a really wonderful string of singles. So this is going on into 2019. But what they didn't tell us at the time was that all these digital singles he was putting out, none of them were going to be on his album. That was going to come out in 2019. And we're thinking, what do you mean? All these great songs are not going to be on an album? And it blew our minds. Absolutely. It was just an amazing run of singles. But in 2019, out came the album Home. And all those singles were very pop, close to power pop. This was a step away from that. This was really an honest and emotional album and just very deep. The subject through a lot of the songs is home, literally, family, home, friends, real life, and less power pop. All the songs are just great hook-filled songs. But, he's not trying to do the Django. He's just being honest. Is this a concept album? Yeah, probably, but it's not a concept album like you expect. There's no 7-minute, keyboard break or anything like that. This is just great song after great song, and it's a very warm album, a comforting album, because that's what Lannie Flowers is good at, creating comforting, wonderful music. And this is my favorite album of 2019. Now, remember I told you about those singles that he had been releasing in 2018, 2019, the March to Home campaign? That totally made sense when the album came out and it was called Home. But what Lannie did during the COVID lockdown is he went in and he went back to those original recordings of those digital-only singles and he remixed them. And on Spyderpop Big Stir Records, they released Flavor of the Month, which compiles remixes of those singles. And it is spectacular, mind-blowing, great pop. They were great as digital-only singles, and remixed, they sound great together. And that cover, it sort of tells you exactly what the album's going to sound like. Just pop-orific, that mixture of power pop and Americana, and just an amazing singer-songwriter. Now, what I want to bring up here, though, is the vinyl version of this release, Flavor of the Month, contains a CD, but it's not this CD. You have to buy the CD separate. The CD that comes with the vinyl version of that is the original March to Home. These were all the original mixes of the digital singles that came out. This comes free with the vinyl version of Flavor of the Month. And these are how I heard them. So on some of the songs, I really like these versions better, and on some of them, I like the remixed versions. But they're all great songs. And in fact, there's a couple song differences. This also includes his Christmas single. Now, you can get all this stuff through Spyderpop, Big Stir Records, an amazing collection of music. But what I did is I put together a medley featuring highlights from each of these CDs, except for Same Old Story, because those songs are short anyway. So I start with Circles and go up to Flavor of the Month, plus I included some of the original mixes from March to Home. I want you to give this a listen. An amazing singer-songwriter, truly one of my favorite people in the entire world, such a talent. So sit back, relax, give this a listen, and I will see you on the other side.
Turn up your radio and have a good time tonight. Just let yourself go and everything will be alright. I'm not in love, but I'm in so deep. I made a promise that I can't keep. Thought it was love I was looking for, but I don't wanna go that far. So where does love go? I don't know. Yeah, where does love go? I But between all that and this, there's a few things that I miss, but now they're gone. Yeah. So I keep running. Simple things may seem like an ordinary thing, but it's all just what it seems. Walking down my street, everybody thinks that I need a little sympathy. All the grief we receive, we still believe everything will be alright. So don't be deceived into thinking that we were never meant to shine. Summer blue, summer blue, I need you. Summer blue, she said, you can never run away from you. Seem like everyone has something to say about you. Is it true? Let the light shine through all the way down to you. Sunlight pouring in can only help you find your way back home again. Let it go.
Anyway, that's it. I hope this inspires you to check out Lannie Flowers' music. I've got a link to Big Stir, Spyderpop in the description box, so you can go straight there and buy whatever you want. It's really wonderful and inspiring music. Anyway, I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, to ring that bell for future notifications. And until the next time, remember me. I'm Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie.
Just been going through the motions, waiting for the time to be right. But now I'm sinking in an ocean, trying to keep afloat and alive. But tonight